Hello, my name is Stephanie Hasty, and I want to talk about critical development teams in relation to the overall school reform improvement and how they might look in a high school in relation to my high school. Critical development teams are a group of people, about 10, who work together to analyze what is going on in their school in the hopes of finding ways to improve instruction. These teams are continual. They focus on their own teaching and their own students' learning. And the small groups are with trusted colleagues they support and want to work with. It is important to note that critical development teams need to be voluntary if they are to thrive. At my high school, we have one critical development team called Hives. We have a critical development team called the school leadership team. And within PLCs, we have our own driven teams that work and drive instruction. I want to look at and talk about these teams. Critical Friends is how we made our small groups. These are groups of like-minded individuals who have something in common, and that is teacher instruction driving student improvement. We made these teams by taking a color quiz and assigning people certain roles and within the teams. The SLT is in charge of the teams, and we get into this group called Hives Alive to work out certain things in our PD meetings, after school, and before school. Here's a slide from the things that the SLT was trying to have our Hive Alive group do. The main thing is that we have reached a plateau in terms of our community, and we're looking for ways to grow. It's a good idea that these teams were interdepartmental. There were 5 6 faculty members. There was an SLT leader. However, that did not help us in determining how this group worked. And let's just say it didn't work. While we're called Hives Alive because we're the Yellow Jackets, people didn't understand why they were in certain groups. They didn't understand why those groups were acting the way that they did. They didn't know the people in their groups, and the groups were not voluntary. And that is the main thing. When we're asked to get into hives, still we groan and still we complain. The main thing is that a critical development team must be successful, is that it's obviously voluntary, that it's a catalyst for change in teaching, learning, culture, and climate, that it's practitioner-driven and it's collaborative, and that in some way teachers have a hand in what it is they're doing and how it is they're doing it. With our critical friends groups, it was hard for us to get involved in the process because we didn't choose our groups. It was also hard for us to get involved in the process because we didn't choose the questions that were being answered or how they were being answered. Then we also involved our tech school, and that got a little out of control. The groups got too big, and then we didn't understand what our goals were. The main thing about critical learning teams is that there must be communication. You cannot really have enough of it. Communication ensures that all teachers are part of the decision-making process and that the administrators are working with teachers to do what is best for students. That is my presentation about critical development teams in relation to critical friends, the groups that we use at Lebanon High School. And if you'd like to know more, here are the articles where I got my research. Thank you.